Hi, everybody. Welcome to the News OK Planet 46 Comics Podcast. I'm Matt Price. This is Kyle Roberts. Kyle, what's going on this week?
We've got some pretty great stuff. A new DC logo is here, which is pretty exciting. Popeye is coming back, and some Spidey news.
All right, very cool. So, up first,
DC logo. Yeah, I mean it's got the D there, and it's kind of revealing the C. And at first, what would you think about it at first?
Well, I've been a DC Comics reader for a long time with the Milton Glaser logo, the DC Bullet, and I'm kind of just now getting used to sort of the sports logo one they introduced in 2005. Mm-hmm. So my first thought is it was a little harder to read. I wasn't sure what I thought about it. But then we've looked more as the Fast Company article revealed a lot of different versions of it, and the DC Comics blog showed some more versions of it. I'm seeing how it's got a lot of different applications anyway.
And so that obviously leads us into our question of the day is, what do you think of the new DC logo?
Yeah, do you like it? Do you hate it? What do you think? How do you think this will be applied? What do you think? There you go. I think it's probably designed maybe a little more for motion, for things like movies or apps or things like that. In print, we'll see. Right now I feel like it's kind of hard to read, but it does say DC Comics under it. Maybe people will get used to it. What do you think?
And it's no surprise, but I'm a Marvel fan and not as much of a DC fan. But I really like the logo. I like the whole idea and concept behind it. That it's kind of showing their alter ego in the logo of the D is revealing the C, and the D is kind of the cloth or the costume, and the C is the person underneath it. Awesome. Yeah, a lot of different versions with Green Lantern, Batman, Watchmen, Flash, different types of different textures and colors and everything.
All right, very good. So, hey, bringing back a long-time classic character.
Good. Popeye is coming back to IDW.
Yeah, that's right. They have brought in Roger Langridge, who did the Muppet Show comics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah.
And he will write the new series, and it's going to be edited by Ted Adams, who is the CEO, and then Craig Yo, who's kind of an old-time comics expert, and it's going to be drawn by Bruce Ozella. So,
cult classic, pop classic.
Yeah,
should be. And I'm excited about it.
Yeah, E.C. Segar's stuff was really, really awesome. So it'd be great if it was along the same lines.
Cool. And then we got a Spider-Man press conference in Tokyo.
Yeah, they had Avi Arad and then Andrew Garfield. Some of the other people were over there. And the main thing they kind of revealed was about the Lizard. So maybe mild spoiler warning on this. Mm-hmm. They said that in the tradition of Marvel, Dr. Connors, who becomes the Lizard, is going to be connected to Peter Parker and also to Gwen Stacy.
Connected. Kind of so what does that mean?
Yeah.
So, it sounds pretty interesting.
Could be good. Of course, that movie's coming out this summer. We're all getting pretty excited for that. And, speaking of the Lizard, your new project is out.
Yeah, we released it last weekend, and Spider-Man fighting the Lizard, and there's some Green Goblin in there, and Marty McFly, and all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So go check that out on Kyle's YouTube channel. Hey, you know what? There's even a Spider-Man comic this week that came out in comics, so let's get into the review file.
Amazing Spider-Man 678.
This is pretty cool. I think it's just going to be kind of a two-off type story, but it's Dan Slott, Humberto Ramos, who are a great Spider-Man team. Somebody at the high-tech laboratory where Spider-Man works has invented this doorway where they can step 24 hours into the future. However, when Peter Parker does it, the entire New York seems like it's in danger in the future. Like the whole city is destroyed. So he has to come back and find out what he was supposed to do in that 24 hours to keep the city from being destroyed.
Because he wasn't there.
So he's chasing around, trying to figure out what he's supposed to have done to save the city. It almost has maybe some Back to the Future elements. Like, can I put the timeline?
I was about to say, this kind of sounds like our stop motion story, but we didn't go through it this way. But that's cool.
Yeah, so really cool issue. These guys continue to do a great job on Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, absolutely. We got Lord of the Jungle by Dynamite.
Yeah, this is adapting the first Edgar Rice Burroughs Tarzan book. Arvid Nelson is writing it. And it's really a pretty straightforward adaptation of Edgar Rice Burroughs. It's rated mature, although I didn't see anything that wasn't in the book. So if you've read the book, you're probably roughly prepared for what's in here, at least in the first issue. And it's a $1 first issue to try and get you jumping into it.
Cool. And then The Prophet.
This is another really cool one. It's revamping the Extreme Comics character, the Image Comics character from the 90s, and giving it kind of a Mobius flair, like a European flair. It's Brandon Graham and Simon Roy, and this character, we think, is the same Prophet, maybe from the original comics. Wakes up, he's apparently been asleep in some type of suspended animation pod for years, finds this world where everything is different, the animals are different, people are different. It really reminded me of a European comic. And if you like sort of maybe a more mix, it's a mix of sort of mainstream superheroes with like indie style and with like a European flair. So a lot of different flavors. I liked it a lot.
Cool. What's your pick?
Well, easy to go with Prophet or Spider-Man because they both are pretty good. If you want a pretty classic Marvel story, Spider-Man, I'm going to say Prophet just because it's so different.
Cool.
And kind of a new thing.
Sweet.
So.
That sounds awesome.
All right. So, hey, come back next week. We'll have more comic book and movie news. For Kyle Roberts, I'm Matt Price. Thanks for watching.